Hi, Salam Alaikum. Suleiman Rahim here. Welcome. Welcome to Critique. Critique, we give short presentations on current events, scripture, special topics. Try to keep it short. So today, we're going to talk about the great mystery and then a few comments on current events. Let's get started. The great mystery. What is the great mystery? They talk about this in the sealed Bible that would not be revealed to the end. The mystery of the cross, the mystery of the sacrifice, the mystery of the covenant. Well, the book is being unsealed, has been unsealed. And so we're talking about those things now. Now, the great mystery, you have to understand how the universe works to understand the great mystery. Let's see something here. Because it talks about the restoring. It says universe is groaning, heavens are groaning, universe is groaning, right? To bring this new thing forward, right? To reveal, something that's hidden. Well, Elijah Muhammad talked about it. He didn't talk about it as a term of mystery, but Nasr Muhammad had a grip on it because that was the purpose of coming here. And if you study the lessons, you'll get some idea what he was talking about. See? But you have to understand how the universe works. And so the universe expands and contracts. In the expansion phase, right, the universe tended, like I said, it tended to death, the way they say it. It was like decay. Because we was taking and building everything, but was taking expanding universe, so we end up in a state of energy deprivation because all the energy that was here went out there. So it tended towards death. See, the scientists will call it entropy because everything tends towards decay. But they don't have a word for the opposite. That's the great mystery because now as the universe contracts, everything tends towards life. Because instead of you losing energy, instead of energy being uh, taken from you, right? Let me change something here right quick. Let me move something around here. There you go. It's a little better. Because when they say energy decay, it means you're losing energy, right? So that's what we're talking about, the decay. Now, I'm not going to particular verses. I tend to do later more better, more in-depth presentation on this because we'll keep this short. But it tends towards decay. That's what I say about death because you was losing energy. We was losing energy because we took our energy that we had because the earth and the heavens were one, as the Quran tells you, put out there. So we tended towards death because we was losing energy. See, until we got to the worst state of energy deprivation, where they call that death because we was death as a people, death as a culture, death as a civilization. See, and that's what it's talking about when Jesus put to death. See, they're talking about it in allegorical terms. Death, and then after death, he'll rise forever and live forever and be this great paradise. But that's what they're talking about in general sense. See, because we was put to death as a nation during this period of energy deprivation that lasts 50,000 years, but was very acute in the last 6,000 years and very, very specific and acute in the last 500 years. That's the great mystery. But and at the end of that final, that'll be the end of the old dispensation. What was the old dispensation? That's the expansion, right? That was the creation. We made the planets, stars, everything, right? And then we went to sleep. And now we're being revived. And that's the beginning of the new dispensation where everything tends towards life. See, it says the universe is groaning to bring this into existence. So they call it, right? That's to give, a woman was tormented to give birth. They talk in that sense, right? This new nation going to come into existence, right, in a day. See, and that's what they're talking about. So here, but see, a body had to be prepared. See, that we had to die, as in to come into life, because it says, the seed has to be planted, has to die before it can bring forth a life. See, you put a seed in the ground, the seed dies because the new life comes out of it. The seed no longer exists, but new life comes out of it. And we're the new life. See, because we was brought over here as a seed for this new life. See, and so we was being prepared in the furnace of affliction. And no one really understood that, the sacrifice. I talk about it in many ways, but I'm going to be more specific now. Because by going that sacrifice, right, you are in a new creation now. That's already been done. The thing is, you just have to, blow away all the smoke, right? We cover with all kinds of, see. So it has all, and then it's revealed. So the thing is that all that pressure that we went under, see, that's why the sealed Bible was designed to put us in that situation. To give them, Adam, right, the power and wisdom to put us in the situation to be the furnace that be hot enough to turn us into pure gold, purify us, and silver. See, to make us, give us the mind, the ability to have the God mind. See, that's what it make man our lacks in our image, or it elevate us to a level of gods. We're gods in the general sense, but we're angels. When the Bible talk about angels, they talk about us, but now we elevate to Godhood. And only our minds are able to handle this new reality. But we have to upload it. See, in other words, no one, and the angel tells you, no one could understand, right, that new song, but those who heard it. That's the elect. So no one, the demons, the devils, no, they cannot understand the angel. I said, that's why Suleiman was the firstborn. He was the first one to be able to break those seals. And now he's teaching it to all the other, his brothers and sisters, right? Because you have to have that. That's what Master Prophet Muhammad was talking about, is that you have to come with a thorough knowledge of yourself before you enter into paradise. Let me change something here real quick, brothers and sisters. We're gonna, as I said, we're going to keep this brief. Maybe more detailed presentation be forthcoming. Okay, let's go here. So, your suffering wasn't for nothing, because now you are the only people that have the ability to upload the angel. Now we just have to get you to understand that and start uploading it. That's the new mind. See, because the sealed Bible, you have to break that, because that sealed Bible seals down the old dispensation. It seals down the old dispensation. The only ones that can break through is the new, right? The new people for a new dispensation. The only ones that can break, because if you can't break through, you're going with this old dispensation. You're going, you perish with it. You perish with it. You got to break through. It's a new reality. And it says only the seed of Abraham, right? See, will be able to break through. See, that reality. See? And they'll bring some others with them, but they're the only ones that's going to rule this new reality. The demons and the devils, they cannot. They had the book, they could not break through. That means they're going to go down with this old dispensation. See? But the Bible talks this new creation, this new, right, this new body, this new, that's how they refer to it, well, this new nation said it'd be transformed in a twinkle of an eye. See, it'd be a new people. See, different, but they came out of the old, right? Out of the old people, because it was like a seed, and it died, and then a new life came. Like so, it's like Christ is supposed to die, and then he came through his glorified body. He was reborn, resurrected with his new glorified body. So that's what it says. We died here, and we're going to be resurrected in a new glorified body, a body that only this body was able to break through the sealed. That's what we're talking about. That sealed Bible. That sealed Bible was sealed down with 7 seals, and you could not. You have to break that to get through the new dispensation. Anyone that can't, they left. And that's why I was put there, because we only want pure gold and pure silver. The silver had problems. They'd have to go through a little more time. See, but the gold, right, they're ready. All they have to do, they're prepared, they're ready. They had the ability. Now we have to give them the book. Like you can have a computer and it can handle certain software, but you got to install the software. It's not going to do it by itself. It has the ability, because you can't put certain software in all computers, but it has to have the ability to handle that software. So our people have the ability to handle the angel now, because they went through that 400 years, 464 years. They didn't do it in vain. That's the price you had to pay. Like you go into a fight, it's a real serious fight. You got to practice. You got to suffer, man. You got to go in and train. And that's what he was doing. He didn't do it in vain, brothers and sisters. See, because that prepares you for something no one else, all the nations will not be able to do, and they will perish because they cannot break through the sealed Bible. You see them now. They're still stuck in that sealed Bible. They believe in it. And it's about to crash. It's about to crash all around them. And they're going to be burned up with it. Because it's locked into that sealed Bible. See? And that locks down that old dispensation. See? And you have to, and if you don't break through that old dispensation, then you burn up, because like America's going to be burned up. And you got to get out of here, but you can't get out of here if you still lock down that sealed Bible, because you think this is the place to be. Because you don't have the wisdom, you can't see the breakthrough. Because no matter the way you see, the way you understand things, it's going to tell you the wrong thing to do. It's not going to give you the wisdom to break through, because you can't get the wisdom to break through. Because you didn't go through the sacrifice, and you can't upload the angel, right, that will give you the wisdom to break through. See? So the elect, they had the wisdom, so that way they can break through all together. So they're not even burning, so they would not hear the faintest sounds of the raging and roaring. They break through it together, because they're uploading the angel, and that means they break through. They have wisdom to break through, because the sealed Bible is pressure. It's much pressure, but greater pressure destroys weaker pressure, and they have the wisdom. Wisdom is pressure, and they have enough wisdom to break through the pressure that this world is putting on everyone. See, they break through, plus they exert more pressure on this world to crush it. Hope you understand, brothers and sisters. You didn't go through this for nothing. Now, brothers and sisters, I keep telling you, they're ready. We have to get them to upload. And right now it's very difficult, because everyone's doing everything to stop that from happening. But we can ready to break their hold. When Master Muhammad released those 4 winds, that's going to break their hold, right? That they're using to suppress them from uploading that angel. And once they upload the angel, it's over. Superior mind always destroys inferior mind. And the 7 seals are so much more superior than the sealed Bible. That's what it's all about. In the sealed book, that's what's locking us down. See, but the AL-INJIL is the key to break open that cell. See, we're locked in a cell like in a cage, and you need, right? And the AL-INJIL is the key to breakthrough. See, it's to give you the pressure, the wisdom, because you understand, you have a problem, you have to have the ability to figure out that problem. And the problem, remember, wisdom is pressure, but we don't have enough wisdom, we don't have enough pressure to deal with the pressure that we're under. So it's confusing to us. Those of us that still that still have to upload the AL-INJIL, it's still confusing us, so we can't figure our way out of it. That's why I noticed that lesson about the lion walking back and forth, that was talking about that, and all of a sudden that lesson is missing out of the supreme wisdom. I went looking for it and it wasn't there. Somebody must say, hey, we don't want people to see that one because it might be too illuminating. See? Because it's about walking back and forth trying to figure out how to get out this cage. See? And that's what it is. If you don't have the AL-INJIL, you cannot break out of here because you have to have the wisdom to break through. You can't get through. Because you're not going to understand. Everything you're going to do is going to be wrong because you're not going to understand what to do. Hope you understand that, right? Because wisdom is pressure. And if the pressure is greater than your wisdom, then you're going to be confused and you can't get past it. But once your wisdom is greater than pressure, you can break through. And then you'll see to get out. Those who are studying angels now can see their way out. Those that have not cannot see their way out. They think being fooled by people like Farrakhan, right? Because they don't have the wisdom to see past it. Because they're still operating on the sealed Bible. But the unsealed Bible, those seals, right? Once you break those seals, you break right through. And then you go into new creation. That's where new creation is coming in. Going to make all things new. But you have to have the wisdom to break through to see it. And those still under a sealed Bible, they can't see it. Because they see what the sealed Bible, that they're limited to that. And so everything they think is going to happen is about to backfire. It's about to blow up in their face. But our people, they have the ability to upload the unsealed Bible, the AL-INJIL. That's what's going to save them, because now they see the way out. See, the Levites, right? They're going to get it too late, so therefore they're not going to. They had the wisdom to make the first. That's why I said when Michael came, he delivered those with the Lamb's Book of Life, because they had the wisdom. They had to see him and see the way out. So they was prepared. They had the tickets. They were ready to go. But Levites, they wasn't ready. Reached to about 10 virgins. They wasn't ready. See? So they got to go through it until they get enough wisdom to break through. They got to go through tribulation, studying all the while until that's why I said they got to purify themselves, read it. That says in Daniel. They will purify themselves and purifying their other brothers and sisters, right? That they should have been talking to, preparing. During that 42 years, they've been deceived by Farrakhan. They're supposed to be out there teaching our people, giving the message, preparing the bridge between Elijah and Suleiman, but instead they was building a bridge for Farrakhan. So now those people, they got to go and get the AL-INJIL to them. So first, Suleiman has to come and give them the AL-INJIL. In the 11th hour, he's got to come. Once that war starts and America and Britain falls and kicked out, right? Then they will receive him. He's got to teach them the AL-INJIL. That will allow them, right, to avoid being taken out by the abomination of desolation. But now they have the AL-INJIL. But they left behind. Because when Michael, he took those in the Lamb's Book, but the other ones, they stay behind. Some everlasting life, some everlasting apart, but they have to go through tribulation. Those everlasting life, that means they're going to get there. They got to go through tribulation because they weren't delivered. So now that's what it says in Mark. They was told to stay back. You got to go back and administer. Now you got to go back and tell other ones. Now you got to give them, because now you have the book. because that's what the Levites are. They're priest tribe. That's what their job is supposed to be anyway. So now you got the book. Suleiman's given it to you. Now you got to go and teach all these other brothers and sisters that's capable of lifting it up. But they was left behind because they didn't have it. See, you got to have it. You will not leave here unless you have a thorough knowledge yourself. And they didn't have it at the time Farah came and delivered us. So now they got to go and give that. They have the capability of, see, and they will receive it then. They have the capability, right, of installing it. So they have to give it to them to install it. Just because you have a computer that can handle certain software, you have to go get the software to put on it, install it. You understand, brothers and sisters? That's what's going on here. Because they have then they'll have the wisdom to know what to do to get out. Once they understand it, then they'll have the wisdom to know what to do to get out. Because those of you studying, now you're starting to get the wisdom to know what to do to, right? They qualify to get out of here. See? Because you know about the Lamb's Book of Life, you know about Suleiman, you know about the stuff. So you know these things, so now you got the wisdom to know how to get the hell out of here, where it takes to get out of here. Because it said you ain't getting out any other kind of way. And the Bible said if you try some other kind of way, you're going to be destroyed. So now you got the wisdom, now you can see what you need to do to get out of here. But they can't see what they need to get out of here. So they walk around like that, lying in the cage, back and forth, trying to figure out how to get out. That's that lesson. And mysteriously it's gone. Mysteriously it's disappeared. So somebody understood it. See? And they want anybody else to understand it. I would look for that. I thought it was there. It had supreme wisdom, and that particular one's not there. A couple of boys not there also. So somebody understood it. Some people going back and forth trying to figure out how to get out. Because there's a lot of people that try. See, they want to get out. They're ready for this, but they're being blocked because you got these clowns out here like Farrakhan, these vipers, these demons. They're blocking this message, so that our people walking in the darkness, they're shadows. That's why it says they're lost because of lack of knowledge. But they're ready. That's why you went through this 400 years, so you could be purified gold, so you had ability, right, upgrade to new creation. So now all you need is to upload. Then now you have the ability to do it. Nobody else do it. Those that didn't go through it, they don't have the ability to upload it. They don't have the ability to upload it because they don't. So if you go to the gym, you practice those. Now you can lift 300 pounds. Those ain't practice. They ain't gonna be able to lift 200 pounds. They can try all they want. They can't do it. So now you are qualified to lift, to upload the angel. You just have to get the information out of people. So right now, that's why I said Suleiman, he raised Lazarus. So he raised it, and they got out. See, but then you had those, right, that had to go through tribulation. See. Because they didn't listen. They didn't receive him. But they will be delivered. Hope you understand, brothers and sisters. Like some keep this short, but that's what the great mystery is about. Now the great mystery is being revealed. See? So now they can't run back and try to they gonna go back 40 years and try to qualify. Too late now. You've done your work, brothers and sisters. See? But these people that's blocking it, that's causing you to suffer, to stumble, they're going to be dealt with harshly. Because if they wasn't in the way, we'd all be delivered at the same time. In fact, we'd be gone already. Now, one other thing I want to say. I try to talk about the spatial mind and the analytical mind. I try to explain that if you're going to deal with the symptom of the pressure, you have to deal with the pressure. So if somebody's aggravating you and everything, you say, well, I'm going to kill that person. Well, you change the conditions of the pressure. You change the quality, but you didn't change the quantity of the pressure. The pressure's still on your same amount. It's just, it take a different form. Instead of 5 plus 7 is 12, now it's 6 plus 6, or it's 2 plus 10, or it's 8 plus 4. So now it may be in a form you don't recognize, but it's still, you still have the same pressure. So now it's not somebody's bugging you, right? But maybe somebody just stealing from you, right? Or maybe a cancer you cultivated. Maybe something, it's still you're going to have the same, it's just going to be a different color. So I've mentioned this before. Farad knows what to do. Master Farad Muhammad, F-A-R-D, he knows exactly what to do. He knows if he destroy the devil before the devil's threshold is reached, then he hasn't changed. All he did is change the qualities. And we still be dealing with evil, just a different form. It won't be from them, but it comes to us another way. Only way he would do that before time is if they attack us to destroy us. That's why he's there, to protect us, to make sure, right, that they don't make that move. Other than that, he's waiting until their pressure threshold, in other words, the boiling point. Because once the boiling point, that's it. That's it for them. And they're very close to the boiling point. You understand? If he destroyed it for the boiling point, right, then we're still going to be in hot water. See? It just, right? Like I said, it's just instead of 12, instead of 8 plus 4, it'd be 6 plus 6 or 10 plus 2. It'd still be hot water. And then we wouldn't be able to identify as easily. So now, they're the personification of our problems. See? So we see them. And by seeing them, we have an ability to avoid them. See? So if they see them come, we can walk. If you're wise enough, you can see them come, move the other way. It takes energy to do that, but still in all, it's different between, you being aggravated, right? Or it's different between, you get a broken bone, or you get your heart, or you get a bullet through the heart, or a broken bone. The pressure would be the same. If somebody hits you with a sledgehammer and break your bone, right, it may be just the same amount of force that it took for a bullet to penetrate your skin and kill in your heart. So now you're dead. The other way, right, he's got a broken bone. Same amount of pressure, but same amount of force, but one will kill you and one won't. And that's why you apply the 5 pillars of Islam, because what you do is it's like a bulletproof vest. You still get hit with the bullet, but it spreads the force out. So now you may get knocked down, you may get a broken rib or something, but if that bullet had penetrated there, you'd be dead. So the 5 mathematical pillars of Islam is a bulletproof vest for you. So you can walk through the fire without being burnt. Walk through a hell of bullets without being killed, but you might have broken bones. You walk through the fire, you still may be hot, but you won't get burned. You may have a few broken bones or whatever, but you be alive. The better you apply it, the more you disperse, right? Because they're all about force. Analytical mind is all about force. Bullets, missiles, bullets. But we're about spatial. So we know that we can protect ourselves. Force, pressure can what's the word we use? Dispel force, because it spreads it out. See? So what you do is you break their power, because their power is with force. They come at you with force. But what you do is you're applying pressure. That dissipates their force, spreads it out, so it doesn't affect you. You've been hit by it, right? It's like you're hit by a bulletproof vest, but it doesn't kill you, it might knock you down. So you can survive that. So we still gonna have problems here. But like in my personal situation, I hardly notice any of it anymore. I mean, I got a little technical stuff, that's what we all the time, everything. But personally, I hardly feel it because I apply that, and so now I'm still hit by the same force you hit, because we're all in the pressure field, we're all still hitting the same forces. That's why all the sisters got hit getting killed and stuff, because they don't have bulletproof vests on, so therefore they get the bullet. They get killed. They had a bulletproof vest on, right? Then it wouldn't have went down that way, because they had the wisdom to take and break that, right? Break that force up into pressure, and so they could dispel the situation, calm the situation down, and survived it. But because they didn't, right? See, they know how to walk away, or they had the wisdom to deal with it, so therefore, boom, they got the bullet and killed them. Hope you understand the knowledge I'm trying to give here, brothers and sisters. We walk through the fire, when we apply the 5 pillars of Islam, right? You're going to still hit with the bullets, right? Because the bullets are flying all over the place. Like Elijah Muhammad said, Master Muhammad told him the science of ducking flying rocks. See, I'm not into that detail, but that's what he kind of talk about. So the bullets are flying, because that's what the analytical mind does. That in America, bullets are flying all the time. I'm telling you analogy, but bullets are literal bullets, physical bullets, spiritual bullets, all these lies and things. But You got your bullet 5 fields of this. Now you spelling that. So in other words, you hit them by them, but it's, you might get a little scar, a little nick, right? But you're gonna walk through it and come out whole. Or you can deal with it like these fools. We're gonna go to war. We're gonna get a knife and rock. We're gonna get some bullets and we're gonna fight. All that. See, they're gonna get the bullet. You don't have a bulletproof vest. Hope you understand, brothers and sisters. That's the way it works. See, everything on time. That's why I'm just doing exactly what he's supposed to do. I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to do, right? And our people are waiting. So the more we see, we might be able to pull some of them out ahead of time, but a lot of them have to go through a tribulation. But they're going to wake up in a minute. That's about to happen, because that's what Master Muhammad's going to have to. Those 4 winds going to break the power of all these demons, these vipers and everything that's blocking this light. See, hope you understand, brothers and sisters. See, the great mystery, new creation, that began in 2020. Now we're starting, right? Officially. It actually started in the 1860s. We got a first wave of positive energy. But officially, right? 2020 started. They're under judgment. We're preparing to leave. Hope you understand, brothers and sisters. Okay. So Suleiman, he'd be the first begotten of the dead ones. Elijah Muhammad was not considered one of the dead ones because he's a Levite. He broke the seals, and now he says, by making that sacrifice, right? Because it was a sacrifice, because nothing happens, you have to pay for everything. Now he can teach all the other brothers and sisters the wisdom of the angel, so now they can break free. Without thorough knowledge of yourself, and the angel is giving you thorough knowledge of yourself. Anybody that's studying it realizes that. Because the sealed Bible, unsealed Bible, all the knowledge of this, because you didn't know it. You know who your enemies were? You didn't get that from the message of the black man. You didn't know who your enemies were. You even know who you was fully. Right? You didn't know what your absolute idea of your future. You didn't know all these things. You could identify who the dragon and the jinn and all this. You didn't know all this stuff. Angel explained all that. So that's why I said thorough. Thorough means complete. You don't get a complete knowledge of self out of the message of the black man. You don't get it out of what Elijah Muhammad taught. Because it wasn't for him to teach that. Angel gives it to you. It says, for I said you will not return to your thorough knowledge of self. So he wasn't lying. And I'm giving it to you. Anybody that denies that, let them come and talk to me. Because they shall not. And we already listed a whole bunch of questions. Say, do you know what this is, this is, this, not guarantee it. They don't know any of it. They can't answer any of those questions. So thorough knowledge of self means you'll also have a thorough knowledge of others. Thorough knowledge of creation. And I'm giving that all to you. See? And I'm hoping that some of you can really grasp it, because I'm doing 24/7. I'm keep myself from having what do you call it? Not a breakdown, but a burnout. I've been burned out. I was burned out years ago. I did so much. I couldn't do anything for 3 months. I mean, I was totally wiped out. I couldn't have no energy, nothing. I'm trying to avoid that, because I'm getting this message to our people, because I see what's about to happen. I don't want any of you to go through that, and I don't want any of you to burn yourself out. But I'm hoping that as I put this information out, that some of you, right, get a better hold of it, and so now you can get that message to our people, save as many as we can from the tribulation. Hope you understand, brothers and sisters. But they're coming in any day now. So be ready. That's the great mystery. See, we're going into everlasting life. And when I talked about that, and when they said everlasting life, that's exactly what they mean. See, beautiful. You can't imagine, brothers and sisters. You're just a heartbeat away. Heartbeat away. You already done it. You already paid the price. You already paid the price. It's free. All you got to do is pick up your ticket. And they out there telling you, hey, you ain't got nothing. God, man, you ain't going nowhere. They're all lying to you. If they're not teaching you the Abrahamic covenant, they're lying to you. That's what it's all about. They're not teaching you the Abrahamic covenant 100%, they're lying to you. Remember that. Remember that, brothers and sisters. If they're not teaching the Abrahamic covenant 100%, they're lying to you. And they're not telling you about the message of the covenant. That's usually why they call it the message of the covenant. Because they come in to confirm the covenant and take secure the covenant, right? See, because he's the one that's going to. Suleiman is the one that's going to take and seal the covenant. No, finish it off. Take us back home. See, once that's established, then we move on. Hope you understand, brothers and sisters. We're going home. And nothing they can do is stop at this point. See, that's the mystery. Assalamu alaikum.